Biology may not have a word for what this actually is. In April of 2020, a remotely operated submersible was drifting through a deep canyon off the coast of Western Australia, when it found something that made the entire research team stop what they were doing. Suspended in total darkness, 630 meters down, was a massive, glowing, spiraling form, longer, by early estimates, than the largest whale that has ever lived. It wasn't attacking, it wasn't fleeing, it was simply hanging there, rotating slowly, pulsing with faint blue-green light. And then came the detail that turned a remarkable discovery into a genuine mystery. This wasn't one animal at all, it was thousands. A colony of genetically identical organisms, each one specialized for a different task, moving and glowing and hunting as if they were a single living creature. How does something act like one animal while actually being thousands? That's the question this investigation is built around.
The discovery happened aboard the research vessel Falkor, operated by the Schmidt Ocean Institute.
During a month-long expedition exploring the deep-sea canyons of the Ningaloo coast. The team's tool was a remotely operated vehicle called Sebastian, equipped with high-definition cameras built specifically to survive and film at extreme depth. On this particular dive, in the Cape Range Canyon, the ROV's cameras caught the creature in an unusual posture, spread into a wide, spiraling ring, which researchers later described as resembling something almost saucer-shaped, drifting motionless in the water column. The outer ring alone measured an estimated 47 meters across. But that ring was only part of the animal. Its full length, stretching down and inward, was still being measured as the footage rolled. This was not the team's first strange find of the expedition. Once the footage was reviewed and shared, marine biologists specializing in siphonophores were brought in to properly analyze what the team had recorded. Their conclusion: this was almost certainly the largest example ever documented of a genus called Apolemia, and quite possibly the longest animal ever filmed on Earth. To understand why, you have to understand what a siphonophore actually is. It isn't a single organism in the way a whale or a fish is. It's a colony, built from a chain of genetically identical, cloned units called zooids, each one specialized for exactly one function. Some zooids pulse to propel the whole colony forward. Others capture prey using stinging cells, the same weapon jellyfish use. Others exist purely to reproduce. None of them could survive alone. Together, connected along a single central stem, they behave, feed, and move as one coordinated creature. Which is exactly what makes this discovery so difficult to categorize using ordinary definitions of what an animal is. Here's where the story gets stranger. This wasn't actually the first time a siphonophore had challenged our definitions to muddies. It was simply the most extreme example yet found. Scientists had already been debating a deeper question for years. If a colony's zooids are physically connected and share resources, but each one keeps its own independent nervous tissue, is that colony truly one in animal, or is it something else entirely? Something science doesn't yet have a clean word for. Some researchers argue a siphonophore is closer to a coral reef than to a whale. Countless individuals functioning as a unit, but never fully merging into a single body the way our own cells did billions of years ago. Others push back, pointing out that the coordination here is far too precise, far too instant to be a loose federation of separate creatures. If they're right, then somewhere between one organism and many, biology may need an entirely new category.
So what do we actually know for certain?
Siphonophores belong to the same broader group as jellyfish and corals, called cnidarians, but they take colonial life to an extreme that no other group achieves.
A siphonophore begins life as a single fertilized egg, just like any other animal.
But instead of developing into one body, that original organism starts budding over and over, producing
that remain physically attached along a shared stem.
Each clone, or zooid, is technically capable of surviving independently in a lab setting for a short time lead. They share a single digestive system, distributing nutrients through the colony as if through one bloodstream. Most siphonophores are also bioluminescent, and researchers believe the light serves two purposes: luring prey close enough for the stinging zooids to strike, and startling predators just long enough to escape. This particular apolemia was found spread into a spiral, a posture researchers believe may maximize its stinging surface area, while more than 3 decades of siphonophore research still hasn't fully settled what these creatures really are, philosophically as much as biologically.
New species and new giants are still being found according. The deep sea remains almost entirely unmapped. And expeditions like this one keep suggesting there's more out there, larger and stranger, still waiting.
What makes this particular discovery matter isn't just its size, though the size is genuinely record-breaking. It's the question it forces us to sit with. Our entire concept of an individual assumes a single body, with one nervous system, one identity. Somewhere in the freezing dark off the coast of Australia, a creature exists that quietly breaks that assumption apart, made of thousands, acting as one. And asking absolutely nothing in return except to be left drifting, glowing, in the deep, doing exactly what it's always done.
Whatever we decide to call it, it doesn't need our definitions. It was here first. The file is closed. The mystery remains.